Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. It's Emmett
and Meg.
And today we had just finished episode 6, One World, One People of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Or, should I say, Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
We've been waiting until we watched the entire show to do a full discussion.
It's a different situation than WandaVision. WandaVision was very mystery, speculation oriented. This is more of a like
action-packed political thriller.
Perfect description, maybe? I'd say.
Okay, so let's just start out with the Falcon. So we meet Sam at the beginning of this, and we get his whole backstory.
Yeah, it was great to have his family.
We just really didn't know much about where he came from, except that he's just been the sidekick of Captain America. And he's this entire character who's gone through his own hardships and meeting his sister, and the whole boat thing is really grounded the show. We
realized how much we really don't know about these characters.
I was like, yeah, Sam, like, he's fun.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah.
But after watching 6 episodes of Sam go through all of this and see his backstory, I'm like, Sam, he's everything to me.
Yeah, it's like, yes, he deserves to be Captain America. His values and the way he goes about situations is just so perfect.
It was the perfect way. He couldn't have just taken the shield and become Captain America. Like, that's beyond clear from the 6 episodes that we've watched.
Yes.
Like, he had to go through this and come into his own. He was already worthy. But he had to realize his own worth.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
We'll come back to Sam. Let's talk about
Bucky.
Let's talk about Bucky. Bucky's on a whole different path.
Yeah. It was very
and
Bucky's was very heavy.
Super heavy. We started out with his therapist.
I loved his therapist.
I loved the full circle.
She was awesome.
That. Yeah, she was.
I love that she was a soldier. She could relate to him. She took no BS.
Yeah.
Tough love. I like that about her.
I was worried that we were gonna have some Winter Soldier action, but like, there was no, like, it was Bucky the whole time. Even though he wasn't doing it the right way. His heart was always in the place of that he wanted to fix.
Right. He was trying to make amends.
He was trying to make amends the whole time, but he just didn't know how. He couldn't do it because he was alone, and so it was just his path to make amends. But he never went backwards as a character in the show, and I really enjoyed that. And let's talk about John Walker. So we get John Walker. John Walker is a brand new character who we meet, and he's supposed to be he's
the all-American,
blue eyes,
blonde hair,
veteran guy. Comes in as this good character, obviously gets a little corrupted. He's
a little too entitled.
So many layers of this show. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's crazy. We're not going to be able to cover everything.
Yeah, there's no way we'll be able to talk about all of the layers that everyone represents. Just how he, like, represents white people in general.
There's a sense of, like, entitlement and
he feels he deserves it.
Mansplaining.
Oh, yeah.
And
so much. I think he had the right intention.
Think connecting into Carly Morgenthau, they both had the right intentions, just the wrong execution.
The big speech that Sam gives to the senators at the end, the huge one, just shows how John Walker and Carly Morgenthau are these enemies that they have created, the people in power have created, and like Sam's speech pointed it out to you very directly.
John Walker could not have done that speech. He could not have delivered that speech.
But like, the reason that John Walker is the way he is because of the people in power. Like, they gave him this power, and they told him he was entitled, and they gave him the shield, and then they took it away from him.
So he created his own because he felt entitled.
Yeah, same thing with Carly Morgenthau. Yeah,
they took away her home and they forced her onto the street, and so she was with Mama Danya, and she like took him in. She was in the right. She was totally had the right intentions. She just wanted to help people like who were forgotten.
You're the ones who are making these people do what they do.
Yeah,
like, you can make a difference so we don't have people who keep doing this. That's why he was like, Carly 2.0 is going to come if you say the same. So the system. It's the system.
Yeah.
The whole show is about the system.
Yeah. Carly Morgenthau, you already know, we love a good gender bend from the comics. I loved her as a villain.
Yeah, she was great.
Many people have said this. I love this for the show. It's not good. It's not bad. It's not this or that. It's the whole thing. It's a gray area. The whole thing. It's not black and white. And that's why it's such a good representation of the world.
And such an interesting angle to take after the blip.
Right. And a realistic one. How would world governments respond?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but obviously people would just move on and move into other people's houses and, like, take jobs and things would get better, even though it would suck. But, like, things would get better because there would be more jobs and there would be more resources for the less people on the planet. I thought it was so well done, so well written.
Carly, she was a great character because you could sympathize with her.
Sharon Carter. We go to Madripoor.
It was a great... Oh, speaking of Madripoor...
Yeah, like, Madripoor, big
crazy.
In the comics.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
The Princess Bar? Princess Lounge. I forget what it's called. It's one of those.
Sharon Carter's a power broker, which I kind of dig. I'm going to be honest. Like,
because she's a female in power?
Because she's a female with power, obviously. But also, like, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would you just be like...
I loved her...
Thank you, let me back in. Like,
yes. I loved her action sequences. She, like, has access to all these satellites, and she's walking through all these, like, gates with guards just on the phone. No one's thinking anything of it. It's like pretty suspicious. And then at the end, it's like, okay, yeah, of course she's the power broker. I'm
glad they didn't make her like this character, which is what I thought she was before I realized that she was the power broker. She's a woman that Marvel has in their back pocket who's like this badass woman, and they just call on her when they need help, and then she goes away.
Right.
And then you're just like, oh, we need your help for this one little problem we have, and then, like, see you later.
Yeah.
So the fact that she's, like, taking her own power and doing her own thing, even though it's bad,
and at the end,
I'm still, like, go for it.
The post-credit scene, of course, she wouldn't forget how they treated her. Maybe it's, like, kind of how Isaiah Bradley felt. She doesn't forget what they did to her. Yeah, but it also shows you the fact that she can do something about it and he can't. Right. Because of this color of his skin. Right. Yeah. Speaking of Isaiah Bradley, how... Perfect. Just perfect. That choice was. That was... Like, the perfect what balance. A great thing to pull from the comics. Yeah. The show was like this... You know what I'm saying? Yes. There's like these pieces, like that piece, like offset this beautiful piece here. You know what I'm saying? It was just a great testament to experiences of African Americans today. Isaiah Bradley represented so much more than just himself, and everyone who just was erased from history and who doesn't get credit. He was so valid in his point when he said, why would I want... And Sarah too, when they were like, I don't care about the Stars and Stripes, what they're doing, because they've never done anything for me. Sarah and Isaiah brought these to Sam's attention, which was important in his decision to become Captain America, because he had to overlook those things. Yes. Like, he had to consciously decide that he was going to accept that people are not going to be okay with this. Like, there's going to be a lot of people who don't like it. Taking on the mantle of Captain America as a black man, as opposed to Steve Rogers, is more complex. Because you can't just take the shield. You have to earn your right to take the shield. And it's kind of like Mjolnir in a way. Yeah, you have to prove that you're worthy. It wasn't even like a question after he showed up at the end and fought and then came and talked to all the senators. They weren't like, we like made John Walker the... They were like, okay, I think one thing you are Captain America. I think that one thing that really showed how Sam is Captain America was the way he approached Carly. Like, he was very sympathetic to her, and he wanted to talk with her one-on-one. And he did, and of course John Walker ruined it. But before that, they were like having a really great conversation. Yeah. And they were like relating to each other. She's such a good actress. I really liked Carly. Like, she is winning at life. I mean, did she die? I thought she died, but then they took her away on a thing, and I was like... I think she died. Okay, I'm sad she died. If she did. What a feat to take on this subject and this amount of complexity in 6 episodes. Yeah. They had to make Falcon into Captain America. They had to make a complete redemption arc for Bucky from the Winter Soldier. Introduce John Walker. We didn't even talk about Val, but Val's there. First of all, Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Love her so much. Veep is one of my favorite shows. So good. She is on John Walker's side. In the comics, she was part of Hydra. What we're thinking is that she might be like the bad Nick Fury to do the Dark Avengers, or maybe even like the Thunderbolts. Which would be Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad. Yeah, that's pretty much. Like the Marvel version of Suicide Squad. Yeah. Anyway, they're sending all of the prisoners to the raft. Zemo's there. all of the remaining super soldiers from the Flag Smashers are going there. So we'll see what happens.
Who was that guy in the car?
I don't know.
I just remembered him. Maybe he worked for Val.
We'll have to look that up. Let us know if you have any theories or know anything. And then finally I want to talk about Eli Bradley.
Yes.
Because that is exciting. In the comics, he's Patriot. And he is another Young Avenger.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll be seeing him again pretty soon as part of the Young Avengers, which it's going to be a while. But
But Hawkeye just wrapped filming.
Hawkeye wrapped filming, and we've got the WandaVision kids coming. We may be seeing him again soon.
We really, really liked the show.
This is one that I would like to sit down and watch the whole thing again, like binge it.
Let us know what you guys thought about it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.